Howdy. This summer we're looking at knowing God. And this particular week we're looking at the persons of God Father, Son, Spirit. What I'd like to do is I'd like to read a passage from John chapter 14. It says, "These things I have spoken to you while I am still with you. But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all that I have said to you." The thing is that with the idea of Father, Son, and Spirit, Christian beliefs are distinguished from other Abrahamic religions. And with that, we end up struggling a bit because it's a very difficult concept, but at the same time, it's vital to our beliefs and our understanding of who God is. With that, we know that God has this intention and purpose for us. Being the Father, being the Creator, being the one who is over all things. Whatever his mechanisms are, and they are definitely beyond our understanding, God has made us and desired to create purpose for us. We're not just accidents. We aren't just happenstance. And with that also, when we see the world around us, oftentimes we ask questions of what is truly the meaning of what is in front of me, or why do things work the way that they do. The thing is that all things are originally designed to have purpose and meaning and beauty, and with this, God has truly said, "This is my creation and it is good," but we mess it up. We do a lot of things with God's creation that he never intended in the first place. And this brings us to the second person of God, which is also vital. The idea of forgiveness, grace, mercy. The fact is that as much as we have not done what God originally intended with this creation, God is still saying, "I love you and I want you to be a part of my world." And so he's walked among us. He's been one of us. It took centuries for Christians to understand what that really meant in its fullness, but at the same time, now that we do, we don't want to let that go. The thing is that by being among us, God is truly not just empathetic with who we are and what we've experienced, but by being God in human form, his death and resurrection has meaning for all of us. And the idea is not restoration by destroying us as being God's creation, but rather redeeming us and restoring that purpose and that meaning that God always intended for us. And in our passage today, it points out that the Father and the Spirit are also connecting us with his Spirit. The thing is that if God were just sitting in heaven watching us, or if he had just walked among us before his death and then his resurrection and then left, we'd be kind of hopeless. But the truth is that God and his Father, God the Father and God the Son, have given us his Spirit to move us, to change us, to transform us, to empower us, to move us in directions that God has wanted us to go. Not as automatons, but rather as children, as heirs. Those who know God and who truly want to follow him and to be the people we are always meant to be. So as we pursue knowing God, let us keep in mind that Father, Son, and Spirit is not just meant to be a gimmick, but rather is vital to our understanding of who God is and why his salvation is truly ours.